Good evening, everyone. Today, from the web programming exam, I am doing my exam task. I will be recording a short explanation video explaining the task. Yeah, it will be the exam day task, and I am Muhammad Saudek Ravshanov, by the way, and I'm a student of Eko University and studying on the second year. Great. Well, let's start the explanation without further ado. Well, I am on the page. I have already opened the file, so it's easier for me to explain. Yeah, I have downloaded it from the Moodle. I have also made the game ready by opening it because I feel like it's gonna save my time, because earlier I was doing it and it took me a lot of time, so I pre-opened it already. And so let's get started out, okay? First, I will explain to you what the game is about. Well, in the bigger picture, this project will have two sides. Yeah, two sides. First is the server, and second is the www, which is also called, which is this server side is called PHP. So as you can see, there are PHP files, but this side is called client side because this is the code that's written behind it, and this one is the code that is visible to the user. Yeah, so you can differentiate it in this way. This one is run in the terminal and manages the game, while this one is which is visible for the client. It is what they interact and see with. Okay, yeah. So there are basically a lot of files, and those files, by the way, are connected by what's called a WebSocket. So WebSocket is something that connects both sides. It serves like a phone call, yeah, between those two servers, and they get connected. Without it, it's not possible, and it's very useful thing for them to accomplish. Let's get started out with the server, okay, server.php. So in the server.php here, where was the file? Server.php, here is the start file. So if you want to start out the project, what you have to do is use this server.php file. As you can see, the functions are written here. So try and new game server and run. Yeah, and catch. So basically what you do is you run this file and it launches everything. Nothing else happens without it. Let's move on to the game server side. I'm making it very quick because if I have to do an explanation for every single one of them, it's going to take like half an hour or probably 1 hour even. Yeah, I'm going to do a short explanation, and I will be explaining the most important parts. Anyways, game server here is the brain of the server. Okay, what it does is it listens for the browser first of all, and then it also serves as the web page, and it also upgrades the connection to WebSockets while receiving iJoinIt and iMoveIt buttons. Yeah, as you can see, the similar code are written here. So here you can see the max players and player controls and so on. By the way, everything, everything is being recorded now. Well, okay. It actually took me a very long time to download this Git. I had Git, but it was not apparently working. And Git and also this Git Bash, and there was the second application, not Git Bash. The second application, which was basically this localhost thing, it was not also working. So it took me a very long time to set it up. But anyways, so we have talked about game server. I'm talking about WebSocket.php. As I told you, it's a very useful thing. It connects. It acts like a translator in a way. I see it as a translator because what it does is it connects the information that's shared between these two sides. Yeah, the browser and PHP speak different dialects. So what this side talks this side doesn't understand. As you also know, in IT field, The developer writes out the code, yeah, and when they write out the code, the user doesn't necessarily can easily understand this part. That's why this part serves as a translator. This is also similar to a translator that you know from ones and zeros. Yeah, in programming there's ones and zeros, and the computer machine basically doesn't understand the way you speak, and because it's a very high level. Yeah, the lower the language level gets, the harder it is for humans to understand, but for easier for the robot and for the computer to understand. Anyways, talking about game room here. GameRoom.php is the file, and here you can see that it's like a scoreboard, and it keeps track of who wins and who is in the room, their names, colors, and current positions, nothing more. As you can see, here we can see ID, name, color, yeah? So it is tracking down all of the necessary and relevant information here. So this is pretty much about game room, and we should also talk about static file service server.php. What it does is essentially it basically acts as a mini web server when your browser requests index.html. Yeah, when it requests this index.html, this very server or main.js, yeah, either index.html or main.js, when it's requested, this reads the file and sends it back. Yeah, so you don't need Apache. Without using the Apache index and that one file could be connected using that one. Let's talk about client side now. Well, we have talked about the developer side. Now we want to talk about the client side. Okay. So there are basically a lot of JS files and style section. In the style, as you know, there's actually a lot of things in the style, because basically this is what the style is doing is giving all information about this side, yeah, and this one. So let me actually try this out, yeah. So yeah, as you can see, I can move it on. I think I should adjust the speed a little bit because it's moving a little bit faster than I expected. But either way, this is the local host and it's connected. And I have, by the way, chosen out two names. I have chosen Kevin. This is the first user, and here it's Muhammad. It's the second user. And yeah, basically the project is working here. Yeah. There's no problem with anything, I hope. But basically, we are talking about the styles, like basic things like margin bottom, font size, color, width, padding, border radius, background color, and stuff. More importantly, let's talk about JS, because I think it's more important. So on the JS side, so config is acting like a setting here, yes, setting section in the set, because what it does is it's like server URL. It also game speed and player size. So it analyzes all of them. So location, protocol, where was it? Move speed. You see, move speed. It's like controlling the way the user interacts and how fast he or she is moving. And talking about main.js, which is a very important file here, it is a conductor. Basically, a conductor is something that connects all the other JS files together. So it runs the game loop every 10 milliseconds and moves the player and updates the camera, synchronizes with the server. Yeah. And there's also a network section, interestingly enough, and this is like a phone line. It opens the WebSocket connections to PHP, and it also sends your position to the server and receives other players' positions. Lastly, there is a remote players.js, and here there is like const function, and there's also nodes.set. You see, player ID, root. We are working with the web functions, and here how it connects is you open a localhost 8080. Actually wanted to try it out one more time because like I'm curious whether I would be able to open it one more time or not. By the way, I have used this one. I'm really sorry to mention it or to not to be mentioning it earlier, but basically this is what I did. Yeah, I wrote out this very prompt, and then because I wanted to go into this path, yeah, no, this path. So I went into this path, this one, 3D multipath. It is here, by the way. So here, no, it was there. Basically there is this section in here, FAMP64, www, and this one. So these are all the files. But essentially, I was basically going into this path, yeah, this path section here. And then what I did is I just connected it to a server by typing out this one. And then it connected back to vet1. Yeah, so it's working. And I can, using these buttons, like using these letters, WASD, I can move around, and it's really interactive, as you can see. So this is pretty much it about the program. And thank you very much for joining with me today. And I hope everything has been clear. And I am finishing out the recording by now. And see you on the next sessions. Thank you very much.